I can almost guarantee that right here in your life at this moment, that there is somebody who irritates you. I can almost guarantee that somebody is pushing your buttons and irritating and aggravating you, and you sometimes just want to throttle them. This is life, you know. Unfortunately, life is full of people who disappoint us, who hurt us, who anger us, who frustrate us. And I want to just share a little thought with you. Do you realize and do you know that you don't have to put up with it? Do you realize and do you know that if somebody irritates you, there's a message for you in that, but you always have choice. You always have choice on how to respond. So you could respond by being aggressive, by being verbally aggressive, or by walking away. You know, you always have choice as to how you respond, react to somebody who irritates you. I personally have many people that irritate me in my life, and unfortunately, I can't ignore them. Unfortunately, I can't just turn my back and walk away from them. Circumstance doesn't allow. But what I've chosen to do is I've chosen to, number one, acknowledge how I feel. That is the biggest, hardest part, is acknowledging how I feel. And once I've acknowledged how I feel, suddenly it's not that difficult to not allow them, their antics, their comments, their behaviors, whatever it is, to trigger me, because suddenly I'm in control. Suddenly I'm more aware of who they are. I'm more aware of, and it's almost like I anticipate what they're going to do so that I can be better prepared for it, so that I'm not so influenced by it. And I choose not to react. I choose not to get angry, not to get frustrated, and not to get bitter about it. I choose to sort of look at it and say, I see you. I see you irritating me. I see you being that person. And you know what? It's okay. You can continue to be that person. I choose not to engage and not to participate. And friends, it's interesting, because as soon as you do that, you're immediately putting yourself into a completely different light. You're immediately putting yourself into a place where you are more in control of yourself, of your situation and your circumstance, but just where you allow yourself to remain more calm, where suddenly things don't get to you as much as they used to, where suddenly there is this almost non-verbal understanding that you are in a better position than they are. If you are reacting and responding to somebody else's behavior, they have control over you. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to give our control away. So today, I'm urging you to pay attention to who irritates you, who pushes your buttons, who creates or gives that kind of, that kind of emotion from you, and stop giving them that power. Stop giving them the ability to anger you, to frustrate you. Acknowledge, number one, is always to acknowledge that they do have that effect on you. Maybe even pay attention to what it is about them that triggers you, that invokes those emotions, and then choose to separate yourself from it. It is easier said than done, but I've done it in my own life, so I know it does work, and I feel so much better for it. So I want to encourage you, before you react and before you respond, if you know you're going to see somebody who generally you argue with, generally get upset about, prepare yourself beforehand and say, I choose not to engage in that behavior. I choose to be the better person and be the better person. Sending you much love and many blessings.